Japan.
Thanks very much, Rupert. It is a steamy morning here in Sydney. Fiji up against Japan. Pool D action, Greg Martin. And Japan have never beaten Fiji, ever.
Well, they were pretty impressive yesterday and then got mowed down late by the French. So you'd have to say, relative they're in form, but the Fijians, so were they yesterday.
Yeah, they had a good start to their campaign against Tonga, 52 points to 7 on day one. Japan, as you said, Marto, they were leading 17-0, got run down at the death by France. Here's a look at the Fijians, and their offloading game is the devastating strength, isn't it?
Yeah, not set piece. There's the result yesterday. You're right, they were run down. A huge comeback by France. They had the game in hand. Then came late, but Fiji, they were ordinary last weekend. They seemed to turn their attitude around yesterday.
Francisco Gonzalez is our man in the middle. As I said, a steamy morning. It's hot in the sunshine. And the Fijian fans are here bright and early for this one. Great to see such great support in the stands here. They want to see this man running around. Weiss Nafungu, their skipper. Who's their top try scorer in Hamilton. And that one, not his best kickoff. And Japan play on quickly. And rolling around the outside is Kurihara. Send it back to the far wing of Ueda. His first touch. Japan looking to build some pressure here. That is not his best though.
No, that relieves the pressure. Yeah, short kick-off. I tell you what Fiji fixed from Hamilton last week was their defence, especially yesterday against Tonga when they were down a man for 2 minutes. They stepped up. That's where they let themselves down. And also for the team that's the second highest try scoring in the series. Last week they only scored 16, so a low week.
And Japan
throw.
Win the set piece. So an errant throw falls into the hands of Japan. And quick recycling as well. Speed on the outside from Ueda. And he elusive running as well. Oh, big shot on Kurihara as he takes play to the 22. But they get up and go again to Japan. That one's loose for Nakamura. Numbers out on the left. Here is Matsumoto. And still just putting it through the phases here, Japan. Fiji's defence holding strong. Ueda. And the turnover from Fiji. They steal it at the breakdown. And this is where they're dangerous on the counter-attack. Oh, just holds the ball in two hands, shows it on the outside. Waisea Nafungu, he is a master. Well, he scored one yesterday and straight away he's on the board. That's reward. 2 minutes solid of defence from the kickoff the Fijians had to perform. As the Japanese came at them, they get the ball to Thungu. The dummy switch, the step off the left, and simply the run, the diagonal, straight for the try line. How many times have we seen this from Thungu? Kisses the ball and down she goes for 5. He had one yesterday against Tonga. And
is that 15 for the season, I suppose? Not bad.
He is an absolute king, is Waisea Nafungu.
Someone better tap a couple of those Fijians on the shoulder. You just scored. They've got their back to the game. Interested in the drum. Switch on.
It's only early. It's a long day ahead. They're just having brekkie. And regathered off the kickoff nicely by Nandavalo. Here he is again. This time happy to shift it on. Oh, and strength this time. We saw some elusive play before, but now we see the Fijian strength by Mbati Rarenga.
Cop a bit of that. Mbati Rarenga, not bad. They just look like they've got 10 players on the field.
Have a look at the arm length. He's 102 Ks or something, playing on the left wing. What are you supposed to do? If you want to get his fingerprints, they're on the shoulder there of the Japanese defender, and they're on that man's chest. And Batibarenga, great try.
And the conversion across the face. So early on in this one, in Pool D, Fiji with a 12-point lead. It's about lunchtime right now in Fiji.
Oh, they're loving it.
And
beautiful light blue flag.
Great to see, isn't it? It's one of the iconic pictures of this Sevens World Series. That one battered into my Samoa's hands. The flick out the back of the hand. Can't find a black and white jersey. And so Japan have to attack out of their own 22. And now it's back into the hands of Fiji. The steal was good. My Samoa with the offload, the little stop, the little prop, and now the try. That's 3 inside 4 minutes.
And that's 2 for that man inside 1 minute. I think they were a little bit fortunate from the kickoff with their bat when they tried to bat it backwards and looked like they might have gone forward. My Samoa, step up the right foot. Yesterday he scored 2 on his own. It's the offloads that absolutely floor opposition teams. You cannot cope with that, and you can't cope with a bloke that big from 3 metres out. And Buddy Renga.
Tell you what, he's all arms and legs, isn't he?
Well, he's their junior player, but going well.
And the conversion is good. So in the blink of an eye, the score is 19-0. Fiji lead over Japan in Pool D.
Yeah, they went looking in the warehouse for a new player this weekend, and they found a beauty.
And kick off. And smashed back Vakuri Nambili like a volleyball spike. And here's Nathungu once again. My Samoa cutting back on the angle. This one hits the deck, but there's numbers out to the right. The ankle tap tackle is a good one, and it's fallen back into the hands of Fiji. It's a mess, and Japan come up with it.
It's a spectacular mess, though. They have really done something this week. They're determined to win those kickoffs. They're flaunting themselves and just whacking it backwards. It's 3 in a row. How did the Japanese hang on there?
Yeah, it was a spectacular miss, wasn't it, Marto? The ball was being batted around like a water polo pill.
It's just the offloads. It's so hard to cope with. Oh.
That one falling into the hands of Fiji. Here we go, Vakuri Nambili mowed down. And they come to the short side. There's no one there but a bunch of Japan jerseys. They're offside, though. Tap and go again. Dangunu. And Dangunu with the little wrap around. He passed, he followed, and he scored the try.
Oh, Dangunu. It was in slow motion as well. Quite simply, ball carrier soaking up 2 defenders. Can't even get the line out right. You've got to have possession because otherwise these guys just run riot. But Baku Nurabili, great ball. Dangunu virtually falls over the line. Oh, this is a clinic in this first half.
Conversion is good. 26-0. Fiji leading Japan here at halftime in Pool D. So this happened just a minute ago, Greg Martin. The All Black Sevens side presenting Willie Mbaka with a beautiful presentation there from the All Black Sevens side to Willie Mbaka, the retiring Willie Mbaka, and Sean also caught up with him.
not often we get the same man twice in the one weekend, but you are the star of the show. William Bucket, what have you got there the last time you played New Zealand? What have they given you?
Yeah, it's good to be appreciated by other team players, and yeah, I really appreciate this from the New Zealand boys. I mean, we always play against each other, and it is a rivalry, but it's one big family all around. Yeah.
And I just saw you guys in there having a big chat moments ago. What was the chat in the tunnel there?
Most of the time we just talk about what happened in the game, but I mean, yeah, like we just it's a young team, and like we're trying to grow as a group, and really believe in the boys that we have here, with all the problems that we have been having and everything, but they're resilient, and for sure the HSBC is coming back for sure.
So we're going to get you a win before you leave Sydney. We need to send you off with a win, really.
Yeah, 100%, because we train to win. We never train to compete. So, like, I mean, yeah, like we've been working hard, and sometimes we fall short, but we never give up. We believe, and we'll always give 100% for the honest, hard-working Kenyans back home, and I really, really appreciate the boys that we have here.
Well deserved, mate. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
26-0 Fiji leading Japan. We just saw William Barker getting presented an All Black Sevens jersey, the retired William Barker. It's great to hear from the Kenyan legend, Marto.
Oh, I love the touch. We're all one big family, and that's the thing. They all stay in the same hotel for all 11 tournaments. They know each other so well, and we see them in the lifts, and they're hugging each other, but then when the game starts, they're enemies, but when it's over, it's all a big rugby family.
The rugby family is here in force in Sydney this weekend. Day 2 of the Sydney7s. Fiji with a comfortable lead here over Japan. And already Fiji setting sail downfield. Japan do a really good job there. Matsumoto intercepting that one. Flings the ball wide to Nakamura. Nakamura caught and isolated. Fiji with the steal there. Tap and go from Drava. Using the extremities of the field well. Japan with the turnover this time. Sojima. They take place centre field.
Yeah, they brought Sojima on to try to counter the size of the Fijians.
It's a steal-a-thon here in the second half early. 3 steals. 2 to Fiji, 1 to Japan, and that's the first try of the second half. This man, My Samoa, been one of the best performers across the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, he gets the 5 points as he strolls over. The only tackle he beat was after the try line. But it's the physicality. Have a look at this. When you take on 2 defenders, that's how you get an offload. That's how you create a try. It's as simple as that. Men on the inside have got to commit to the tackle, and that means My Samoa can do that easy as you like.
And he's looking to convert his own try. Flag up. So 33-0 with 5 to play. Comfortable lead. It's the tackle completion rate from Japan, Marto, that's really hurting them.
Well, it was down to 30% at half-time. It's 45% now. They made a couple there. They're making their tackle, but the physicality of the Fijians and then getting an arm loose to get second phase without having to waste players cleaning out, that's where the dominance comes. They're back on this weekend, Fiji.
A big win over Tonga in their first match, and a likely big win here as well against Japan. They love playing in Sydney to Fiji. So Nakamura gets up and goes again. Sojima. Nakamura off the deck. And Japan sorts something here. The physicality once again being shown by the Fijians. They're just pinning Japan in their own 22. Can't get anything going.
It's good.
Atianara Sojima gets turned over, and chance here for Fiji. The pop off the deck. It's masterful. They're just toying with the Japanese defence here. They're holding on at the moment, Japan, but here is the simplest of tries from Mofena Fungi.
It doesn't get any easier than that. a two-step walk to score the try. All the work had been done on the left-hand side. He was out enjoying himself on the right. Have a look at some of these pop passes. A few slipovers here from both attack and defence. They just keep coming. It's loose, but technically it's brilliant. They've got super hands. And then Mathenathangi, he's hanging around doing nothing and just decides to wander over for a fiver.
That's just a little shuffle over the line, isn't it? Extras are added.
He had a spare man outside him as well. That's what happens. 5 of them are doing the work on the left for the benefit of Mathenathangi out wide.
They're just wizards at creating space. Okay.
The offload creates so much damage in sevens.
High kick off. Well taken there by Ueda. Matsumoto off the deck, and Nakamura. Kurihara. And now we get to see a little bit of the speed from Miyagami. Just need to get the ball somehow out of their own 22. Ishida on the ground. He was isolated. Another steal from Fiji. They've been brilliant on the ground. Have the Fijians. And my Samoa. Oh, stutter step. Pop off the deck. Bukayaro. Another simple try. That one, though, was built on defensive pressure.
I watched him yesterday and their win against Tonga, scored 2 from the scrum base after he'd fed the scrum. That one was provided by Mai Samoa. If you're unaware, every time he jumps, he'll step off his right, Mai Samoa, so you're ready for it, but you're still going to stop it. And again, it took 2 defenders, which creates the opportunity for Bukayaro.
And he converts his own try as well. We're creeping up towards the half-century mark. Still a long time to go in this one as well.
Yeah, they got to 52-7 against Tonga, and what an impressive start to the weekend. They were mystifyingly poor in attack and defence last weekend. I think they had a Christmas hangover of some sort, but they've shaken it off to their Sydney fans. Have a look at them.
Very Fijian conditions here today. It's hot and humid in Sydney. Everyone hanging around those misty fans on the sideline. Oh, this one, it's loose from Japan. Lost forward as well. So we'll pack a scrum, less than a minute to play.
Oh, scoreboard. It creates panic, it creates pressure. Nothing going right for the Japanese. The first minute, they were great. Of the first half. But since then, it's been all one-way traffic. Fijians have got their rhythm.
And the fans are through the gates as well. Just approaching 11 a.m. here in Sydney.
Fijian people are such an important part of Sydney club rugby, of Australian rugby. It's such a vital thread. Their enthusiasm and passion is in nearly every rugby club in Australia.
It's wonderful to see.
Find, set.
And the veteran on the field, Jerry Tuwai, with 30 on his back. Breaks away. They're looking to send it wide. Finish with a flurry here. Oh, and the hip strength there from Mathenathangi. He runs in his second try in this match against Japan, and they crack the half-ton.
The 50's up. The old fellas, 2 eyes on there, and now Mathenathangi. Cop a bit of my hip in your shoulder. How many times have you seen that in the last 10 years on the International 7 Series? Mathenathangi smashing it down with one hand after beating a couple off. What a legend of Sevens rugby he is.
And the conversion goes over, so that's full time here in Pool D action between Fiji and Japan. It is Fiji defeating Japan 54-0. Well, let's get down to the sideline for some reaction.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. I'm here with Ben Gollings. Benny, geez, these boys love Sydney. What'd you make of their first 2 performances?
Yeah, the first two performances have been really solid. You know, they're niggly teams, both Japan and Tonga. But to put the points on we put on just shows the focus the players have got, which is what we were missing last week. We wanted to build on this week. So I'm happy, but we've got a good test coming up.
I feel like we could just as easily be in Suva, being here in Sydney. It's such good support for your men here this weekend.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's one of the beauties of being Fijian, that they have such great support wherever they go all over the world. So, and it's none better they're here in Sydney this weekend.
We love having you back here as well in Australia. This is kind of like, you know what's going on in this neck of the world.
Yeah, like family live on Gold Coast and we're home, close to home, so it's nice to have a home tournament. We're not having to travel so much, and they're not actually in the crowd, but hello family, hope you're watching, and looking forward to the next one.
Love having you here. Go well, Savo.
Thanks, cheers. Cheers guys.